I'm Allison Brown. I'm 17 years old and I go to San Diego High School. I would say I'm a person of many hobbies. If I do one thing at a constant, I tend to get bored of it. So I like to have multiple different hobbies so that I can have different experiences and different ways of creativity. Well, first I'll start with sewing. So I've been sewing for 7 years, and it started when my grandma wanted to start making Christmas presents with me. And then now we've been doing that every year up until last year when she moved to Iowa. But we would make Christmas presents for my friends and family, like homemade Christmas presents every year. And that's how I fell in love with sewing. And now I just make like different cloth items, like pillowcases or bookmarks, or I've worked on clothes a few times, but it doesn't end very well. I need to practice that a little bit more. But I really like sewing because I get to make my own designs. Oh, and quilts as well. But I get to make my own designs, and everything that I finish, the projects, they're all me. Like, it's things that I like, things that I enjoy looking at, and they look pretty. My family is a very musical family. So my dad has been in multiple bands when he was growing up, and then he also makes his own music now. And then my mom just really enjoys various artists and genres, and I think I kind of get the love for music from both of them. I love any kind of genre, like even if it's country, even if it's rap, anything, I love it. And then I also really like to make my own music too, or figure out how music is made. So for 5 years I've been playing stringed instruments. And I used to play piano and the drums as well before, but I ended up not liking those as much. I've been playing guitar now for 3 years, the ukulele before for 2. And I really like just seeing how the different strums and the different patterns make the music that I enjoy. And music is a really good outlet for me to be more positive and see a better outlook in life. I think music kind of speaks to me a little bit. So I'm really proud of myself for accomplishing 3 different things, but they all kind of range into the same thing. So I've been doing Taekwondo for 10 years, since I was 7 years old. And I initially joined because my brother really wanted to do a martial arts, and my mom wanted us to do the same sport. So I kind of gave in, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. I actually loved doing Taekwondo a lot more than my brother did. And I ended up getting my first degree black belt when I was 10 years old, and my second degree black belt when I was 13, and then my third degree black belt when I was 15. And I've stopped at the third degree black belt because you have to wait a certain amount of years before you test and prepare for the next belt. And now that I am a senior in high school and I'm working on college applications and stuff like that, it's really hard to keep pushing myself to get the next degree black belt. But I would say I'm very proud of myself for getting up to a third degree black belt, because that takes a lot of years of dedication and hard work and lots of tears and sweat. Not blood, thankfully, but lots of tears and sweat. And there were many times where I felt like I wanted to quit because I thought I wasn't good enough. But then I realized that Taekwondo wasn't just about getting new belts and winning prizes. It was also about learning about my self-esteem and gaining confidence and learning how to focus better. I think that my dedication to Taekwondo and earning my black belts have helped me become prouder in myself. Yeah. This might sound a little cliche because I feel like a lot of people might say someone from their family, but I would say my mom is the most influential person in my life. She has been a single mother for most of my life, basically, having to raise 2 twin children that are at the same age and growing up without a father in the home all the time. And so I just see her as one of the most hard workers I know. And she's the one that keeps pushing me to just keep trying my best. Like, not even to be the best person in the class per se, but she tries to push me to be the best person I can be, even if it's like not getting the best grades as someone else or getting the same award as someone else, you know. She helps me feel better about what I do and how I can do better at things. My dad, he's never really been around too much, but he's still a very prominent person in my life. But ever since I can remember, he was always out of the house doing work. He was never really home to help raise my brother and I, which is why my mom has been a single mother for all of my life, even before they got a divorce. But I would say the hardest thing out of that is that I was 11 years old and my dad decided that he wanted to move away, and he decided to move to Spain, which is actually really cool as it does come with some positive things. I do get to go visit him every now and then, which is something that most kids our age do not get to do at all. They don't have the position to go to Europe often, especially kids that I live around and have in my classes. They don't get those opportunities, but it does come with some negative terms, as I don't get to see my dad often, like ever, maybe once a year, at most twice a year, for just like a week or a few weeks at a time. And he's been there for 6 years now, so it's kind of hard growing up without another parent in your household or even like a father figure. And especially for my brother, like he doesn't get to have like a man to look up to. And for me, I don't have someone that, you know, they can go to for safety or for help in like even homework, you know? So I would say that was the hardest thing I've had to deal with. And I still am dealing with it because I don't get to see him often, but I try to have a positive outlook on things. I mean, everyone deals with situations differently. I would say what helped me the most was, this might sound bad, but not necessarily caring anymore about how it happened and why it happened. More of now caring what I'm going to do about it now. So I decided not to hold on to grudges or situations that made me feel bad anymore, and instead I just have a positive outlook on it, like, oh, what was the good thing that came out of the situations that I ran into? And obviously that I don't believe that can be put towards every traumatic situation, but yeah, I would say having a positive outlook and just taking deep breaths and being excited for what is going to come in your life rather than what has happened in your life. I think that helps me a little bit. One of my main goals is to become some sort of doctor. I want to help people. I've been teaching kids now for a few years. I've been teaching them Taekwondo, and I love working with kids. I have been recently looking into becoming a pediatrician. I would like to become that or work to become something like that, because I do then get to help kids and I do get to work with them.